Hi, welcome everyone. This is a new show called Real Talk, presented by me, Hindu Man. Alongside me today, though, the first episode of Real Talk we're going to have on Mortality, formerly known as Walk It Off, which we will get to a little later on. But as you can see, it's Frezzy, the support player and team captain, with that amazing Ymir logo as his picture. We're not going to be able to see his face, unfortunately. He decides not to show it to us. And alongside him is the newest addition in the terms of Rafa, their jungler. And you guys have just got done with your first game in the Pro League. How'd it go?
We won. We won, dude.
You won.
So
I guess
hyped.
TSM of
Oh
all
my
teams
God.
as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
we only won because they paused and we got the Gold Furies in the FG. So we've been
Apparently.
told.
apparently. Okay.
There's my shots fired. I'm not saying
Shots at the
anything
start.
else.
I mean-
I don't want to be known as the BM guy.
I mean, TSM were one of the teams that, they won the launch tournament. They were one of the biggest well-known teams in EU. Didn't do so well at the LAN overall, but then, they're still a really good team on paper when you look at them. How did you, but did you have a game plan going into that game at all?
Yes, we had a game plan. I'm not exactly going to reveal
Oh,
it,
of course,
but
yeah.
it was effective. It worked. And yeah, we're going to keep going in with that plan until they counter it. And I think I'm going to find that a lot more teams are going to start this countering against them once they've seen how we play.
I mean, from what we saw on the screen, it looked like you focused on objectives a lot during that game. You took Gold Furies whenever possible when you had the opportunity. You also tried to you forced the Fire Giant as well, in a situation where you saw an opportunity there as well. So that generally looked like the game plan through and through, because like on paper, on terms of kills, you were even. However, in gold, you seemed to be always ahead thanks to those Gold Furies you kept being able to pick up time and time again.
With the FG fight, we did mention it in our comms that we wanted to at least bait them. You could see from the counter wards where we placed them that we wanted a fight. But I was there first and I seen Game Hunter teleport back, so perfect opportunity. Game Hunter's gone back to base, so you don't have to worry about his silence and stopping the Ymir hug. And then we had Athena, Apollo, and someone else in the left lane. So we had no one to worry about.
Yeah.
It was a free FG. And I think that gave us the game after that. I think we were in control most of the game, but as soon as we got the FG, that was it. Push the base and win.
Push the base and win, pretty much. I mean, looking at the picks and bans as well, it looked like you guys seemed quite comfortable. I mean, Frezzy got, he got his well-known Ymir. At least in EU, everybody knows he plays Ymir. And North America are a bit, what's this? Ymir being picked up? This is Frezzy though, so EU was that one, not a shock. But on terms of that, you also got Mox managed to pick up Ram as well. I'm pretty sure you were happy with your duo lane.
Oh yeah, I was happy with the whole team. Basically, with every player in our team, we all have huge god pools. Like people joke and say, "Oh, you can only play Thanatos," but now I can play every god. Frezzy can play every god. Sio can play every god. We can all play every god, so no one can ban us out. Basically.
Frezzy,
Yeah,
can you really play every god? Because like honestly, all I ever see is Ymir. I'll be honest.
Well, if they give it to me, I think it's pretty OP, If they give it to me, I would just take it,
Well,
But if they ban it out, I can play anything else.
Talking about Ymir then, just a little bit more detail, because you don't see him that much in the competitive scene. What is it that you think he brings that, people are not realising to the game? Like, we see Athena and Geb, and they're the most talked about gods at the moment in terms of supports, and Ymir gets glossed over a lot.
His wall is pretty OP. It's like I can block people off, especially if they have no escape. I can block them off, then ult. There's so much combos you can do, especially with various team comps. Like for example, Agni. I wall people off. If they beat my freeze, then they're gonna get collapsed on by the rest of the team or something. I can also ult for damage for CC immunity. The slow is also pretty good and easy to hit. So I think it brings much more to the table than an Athena, for example.
So you think she's better than Athena overall?
Yeah, I think so. And I think he's also better than Gab.
That's better than Geb because of... I'm interested because it's really nice to hear pro players like talking other than Geb and Athena in the support role, So it's good to understand your mentality.
Gab is basically picked up because of his shield. It's really good, but it's like a supportive support. If I can pick an aggressive support which fits the playstyle of the team, with the walls and the freezes, which is like on a 10-second cooldown, and so much control on the mid camps.
And their back harpies, don't forget, because that's where you like to go a lot of the time.
Oh yeah, I can just one-shot them.
Yeah, that's what you
with
need
my
Ymir,
passive.
You
Yeah.
need Ymir for that with the passive. That makes sense now.
And then I can also always like blink out,
Mm-hmm. So we've just seen the first day of the pro games go down for the EU side right now as this has been recorded. And we just saw SK Gaming go down to Cloud9. Did you guys manage to watch that at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you?
The
What,
C9 did not deserve to win that. They did not. I'm
Oh.
not sure. I didn't quite catch just before the FG, but from what I see, and I don't know why they called the FG in the first place. They must have been at least 13, 14k ahead.
they were
You
in a
don't
really
you
good
don't
control,
even
yeah.
you don't even need the FG to win. They had a Phoenix down. All they had to do was push. With that great of a lead, they're not even going to be able to stop you.
And they went for the FG, and obviously it just switched around. And they just pushed down and ended straight after it, pretty much. And so Cloud9 going to get the first win. I was surprised by that one, and you know, I seem to have a curse because whoever I pick, I'll be honest, I voted TSM today to beat you guys, just because I expected them to get to come out on top, and the signs of life were looking good at the start, but then I made the mistake, I guess. But it's alright, Rafa, you didn't kill Game Hunter too much, so I'm not unhappy.
Yeah.
My Fantasy League team's intact for now.
I'm not sure, because at one point they had 3 kills, we had 1, but the gold difference was minimal. I think it was 300 gold difference, and we were actually ahead in XP.
Yes, I mean those Gold Furies were monstrous for you guys.
That was before the Gold Furies, so there's got to be there was something wrong with their farming, or maybe the rotation made them lose so much experience. I don't know, but I just checked the board and I seen that, and I was like, somehow guys, we're still ahead in XP. Keep up the farm, and we'll beat them late game, which is what we did. Yeah, well, I mean, that was our game plan, to go late game with TSM.
Yeah, I mean, with the likes of Sayo on the team as well, I mean, he's one of the newest members of the roster since his departure from Cloud9. I mean, putting him in the solo lane, a lot of people have reservations about it, but now that you see a lot more, mid laners, mainly mages that you get seeing playing in the solo lane, like the likes of Zhongqi, being able to just rotate in there and just continue where he left off with a bit more safety to an extent, because he's only going to be, worried about being ganked from one side and not both. So I guess is he starting to? I guess he's already fitting into the team because he looked like he played fine today for you guys. He didn't. He played
completely perfect.
Played brilliant for you. So, are you happy with the addition? Have you got any worries about the future or anything like that? Or are you all quite confident?
No worries whatsoever. We're all really confident. We're all striving forward, and we want to get the best result. We're heading for a top 2. Our goal is top 2. We don't play to lose. We play to win.
Do you reckon you'll get top 1, or do you reckon some team's going to be ahead of you?
Well. We were scared of SK, but they've lost.
It's gonna be
but
close,
it was undeserved. And TSM, who we've just beat as well. So we're really confident for a top 2.
I mean, it's a good outlook to have, especially after just your first game. And I mean, obviously, it's going to be a long process. 7 weeks of games, games pretty much every day. To an extent, you get like a day's break in between as other teams play. Looking over the teams then and what games you've got coming up, the next 2 games you're going to have Cloud9, who we saw win today, and then also you're going to see Team Coast, the game after that on Saturday. Worried about those 2 teams at all? I mean, Coast, did perform amicably well in the LAN tournament, and they start to make a bit of a name for themselves. And Cloud9 today, they won.
C9, we've had plenty of scrims against them. I think we feel really comfortable. And after seeing today as well, as a team, we feel comfortable against them. Whereas Coast, we've not seen them for a long time now. Last time we seen them, we scrimmed them 6 times, and we beat them all 6.
Wow, okay.
But we've not seen them in a long time.
How long ago was that? Just out of interest, because I'm like, are they keeping it very quiet, close
How
to the
long was
chest?
it? It's before the LAN, so... They're going to have a lot of confidence because of the LAN alone.
I can imagine. So it's going to be good, looking forward to it.
So I think that's going to be the good game out of the 2. That's going to be the really close one.
And in the rest of the bracket, like with the rest of the teams, is there any games that you're looking forward to seeing to get, so you can be able to gauge how good the other teams are? Like, do you reckon TSM Cloud9 rivalry? Is it going to be like SK Coast, like we saw at the LAN?
In my own opinion, I'd love to see Exposed and Coast. I think that would be the best game for me.
Exposed.
I think that'll be the best one to watch.
And what about you
for entertainment?
I'm sure I heard you say Cloud9 then.
Yeah, I believe that C9 and Exposed Secrets are the same team basically.
Oh, okay.
They're
both troll.
Nah, they're both mechanically really good players, but as a team, it doesn't fit together, and I just really want to. It's going to be a good game, I believe.
Yeah, I understand that. So that's basically what we've got time for now. It's only going to be a short interview with you guys. However, big announcement today. You know, I already called you Mortality eSports. I keep wanting to call you Mobility eSports. I don't know why, but it doesn't want to say. But Mortality eSports, and that sponsorship's just come pretty much through today. Been announced today with you guys. Are you happy with it? You know, has this been a deal that's been worked on for a while, or is it just like come out of the blue recently?
It's been a short time. We've not discussed it for too long, but we're really happy with what they've offered us. Seems like a really professional, and we're confident in them, especially for later on in the contract. Once we prove ourselves, we expect a lot, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, hopefully going forward, you know, you can promote the company even more and get better sponsorship from them. So yeah, looking good for it. Is there any shout-outs you want to do before we like look at closing this short interview out?
I'll leave that to you if you want, Frizzy.
Well, Frizzy, have you got all the names of the sponsors down now? You know them all. Let's go. See if you've learned them already.
Well, there is Teespring, who do our shirts. There's obviously Team Razor, who provide awesome gear, and G Fuel, who provide energy drinks that allow you to perform better. That's to be tested by me yet, though. I still need to test that.
Awesome. Now before
we need to get Moex on some of them. Holy shit, he'll be an awesome carry with them.
Before I let you go, then tomorrow you guys aren't playing, but we're going to see Exposed Secrets versus Team Coast, and we're going to see T-Solar Mid versus Cloud9. Predictions on the EU side.
TSM are going to win that against Cloud9. And which was the other game?
Exposed Secrets versus Coast.
Exposed. I'm going to give that. Exposed and TSM.
Exposed over Coast. That's an interesting pick. What about you, Frezzy? Any differences there?
No, I think Exposed is going to win against Team Coast.
Wow, that's a big shot that you guys are saying there, that you think Coast are not that, not going to be good enough to be Exposed. I thought, I expected Exposed new on the blocks to an extent. Team Coast coming second in the LAN. No?
I don't want to give too much away, but no, I'm not sure. I really can't call it. It's going to be a close one, but
I think Exposed.
Exposed, going to be Exposed.
Yeah, if they practice so much and they looked really good when we scrimmed them. Like, honestly, the only duo lane that I'm scared of right now in EU is their duo lane.
Is Exposed duo lane?
Yeah, and versus Team Coast, I think this could give him an edge.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll see if that pans out from tomorrow. Guys, I appreciate you joining me today just for this short interview. I'm going to close this one out, guys, with a quick video of Mortality eSports' new announcement of them joining the team, which was fantastic. If I do say so myself, they actually made me look like a good caster as well. So
you are, dude.
Appreciate that.
You're the best.
I appreciate that, guys.
I want some big shout-outs too.
Shout-outs. Right, I'll see you all later anyway, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Real Talk. We'll be back again in the future with more of these as time goes on. Walk it off. Played fantastically, taking out Agilitas.
I wanted to quit Smite, and Frezzy wouldn't let me.
Daza comes down with the Thorol, looking for damage, not going to find it as Moex cleans him up, and now they're looking for On King on that Raw. The Brutalize is real, and Moex cleans up that kill as well.
Frezzy was like, Rafa, you're not quitting Smite, you're jungling for us. When I'm angry, just bite, nerf, lit, and just carry on with it. Sayo doesn't need ganks. He's new to the role, he's new to the team, I know he can hold his lane.
So this fight really is going in favour of Walking Off as Moex is going hard on the front line there. It looks like Walking Off might win here this week.
9.5 minutes in, folks. Walking Off is looking very strong.
Arthur finds Daza in the jungle and eats him alive.
But it's going to be knocked out by a wall. Again, Frezzy is on fire.
Now Exposed into the sky, takes them down, puts them in the ground.
Meanwhile, Sao gets a solo kill onto Chonga.
And that will be the first blood. Go to Vexes on your mid lane, Agni.
Looking for more damage, and that's what they're going to find. There's a lot of Vexes return to kill on Zindern, though. And Rafa finds a great one onto Godfrey. Meanwhile, mid lane, Sao looking down, looking for the noodle. Is he going to find it? The rotation coming in from Rafa as well. The wall's good. And to the skies he goes to pick that one up.